Hi, and welcome to episode 40 or 41 of the Tranquil Cottage Knits podcast. I'm your host, Michelle. You can find me on Ravelry as Tranquil Cottage, Instagram as Tranquil Cottage Knits, and you can find the blog at www.tranquilcottageknits.weebly.com. We also do have a Facebook group. Please feel free to pop on in and join. You just search for Tranquil Cottage Knits in your Facebook toolbar, and I will pop right up there. Yay! So today is January 21st, 2021, and I have actually recorded prior to this, but I didn't like how the video came out. I wasn't happy with the content, and I just was, I'm like, you know what, you guys are not substandard. You don't get a substandard episode. So, while we all acknowledge I am a hot mess, I still want to put out a good podcast for you guys. So I didn't proceed with releasing it. So anyway, so I'm sorry it's been so long since I last recorded. As I said, today is January 21st. The weather is slightly chilly, but OMG. When I stepped outside and felt the sun on my face, I was so excited, and I said, that's it. The dogs and I are going outside, and we are going to podcast. Of course, Tracy said it was too cold, and so she's sitting on the couch watching some TV, drinking hot tea. But I am out here with the dogs. I do also have some terrible news for you guys. I admit, I don't do the hair and makeup deal often. It's pretty rare these days. But I actually blow dry and curled my hair today, and I feel like I've lost my girl card. I just don't even know how to work a curling iron anymore. It's been so long since I've done it. And it was all shades of awkward. And it is what it is. But now I've lost my girl card. I think it's official. A moment of silence. I did, however, get up today and make 2 fresh loaves of banana bread. Tracy absolutely loves banana. Everybody in my house loves banana bread. And I've got a recipe where you mash up fresh bananas. Like, some of them like Krusties, and I want to say there's a Betty Crocker one. It's like all in the mix. So you don't actually put any banana in it. And to me, that's kind of not banana nut bread. So I have a recipe that uses tons of banana. I made 2 loaves today. I had 6 bananas total in it. So those are actually cooling on the stove now. We had some for breakfast, and they were absolutely lovely. And so David's tea this morning for Tracy, banana bread for both of us, and my old friend coffee. Oh, how I love thee. The dogs and I are just hanging out in the backyard. We are enjoying this glorious weather. There's a few, not puffy clouds, but kind of like long, stringy, thin clouds, and they're just passing by at their leisure, and it put me in a fabulous mood. So, yay for glorious weather. The Knitter's Magic Weather Report said that there's a possibility of inclement weather next week, so she advises everybody to get together. Sorry, let me silence my phone. She advises everybody to get together and get their knitting and get whatever they need straight, and that way you're not stuck at home with nothing to knit in a snowstorm. So I don't know how bad it'll be, but January, February does tend to be worse for us for weather, which is, I guess part of the global warming phenomenon, because my great grandma used to talk about having snow at Thanksgiving and having to go through 3 feet of snow to get to family's house. My great grandmother was a she was delightful. There's no other words for it. There's nobody in our family that she wasn't close to. Everybody absolutely loved her. Her name was Mary Frances, but everybody called her Fanny, except all of us in the family, and it was just Grandma to all of us. And she was the one that you could sit next to, and then you scooch over gently, and she would just start scratching your back in circles. And all of us grandkids, great-grandkids, did that. We would go sit next to her and get our backs scratched by her. And our parents were all forever telling us, leave Grandma alone. But when they would walk away, Grandma would say, you just stay right here. And she'd continue to scratch your back. And it was just lovely memories. I think she's the reason that I want to have chickens, because I remember being 2.5, maybe 3, but probably like 2.5, and going out to the chicken coop with her, and she would have her house coat on, and I remember she had a little wicker basket, and we'd go out there, and I was scared of the chickens because the beaks looked sharp and their eyes looked scary. I mean, they're, dinosaurs, right? And she would take my hands and hold my little chubby arm and stick it under the chicken to get the egg, and the chickens never did peck me. And I would go out and grab all the eggs, gather the eggs with Grandma, and I think that's where my love of chickens and those happy memories of having chicken coops came from Grandma out in the middle of Nanjamoy. Just happy memories. So I actually have my full setup going on. I hope the sound and video quality has improved. I have now my webcam, not webcam, that's incorrect, my vlogging camera. It's an actual upgraded camera meant for vlogging. And I have a mic setup that is better than the average, and also a lighting setup. The dogs are playing King of the Hole, as you can tell. Very stiff competition. And so guys, that's enough, please. Very important hole. And so I've got my lighting set up now as well, and I'm really happy with it. So video quality should improve from here out. That's very exciting. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's move on to knitting. It is such a glorious day. I'm actually not wearing any knitting today. What the what? I know, right? So first of all, let's have a knitting success. So I talked about this cowl quite a while ago, 2 podcasts ago, I believe. It is the I'm not going to be able to remember it now. I will put the name of the pattern down in the show notes, okay? But it is literally a free pattern on Ravelry. It's a spiral cowl, knit 4, purl 4 in the round, and you use, I think this one had 63 stitches. I think 63. Yes, 63 stitches, and so what happens is, at the end of the round, it's knit 4, purl 4 all the way around, and then when you get all the way around to the beginning, you only have room to purl the final 3. So you slip your marker, purl 1, and continue knit 4, purl 4 in the round, and the next time you get around, you can only purl 2 before your marker. So you slip your marker, purl 2, and again continue around. And what that does is that creates this lovely spiral texture. And this yarn was pretty delightful to work with. It was just some random that I had in my stash. My husband calls it my no-neck cowl, because he says I put it on and my neck completely disappears. And I have to say, that is okay with me, because that means when I button up my coat, no air is getting down in here, and that makes me happy. So it is warm. I really do like this one. I will probably knit it again, and it's a good, solid cowl pattern. Happy with it. The next thing I have is a knitting fail. I had shown you last episode, I think. Last episode or the episode before. I had shown you that I was knitting the CC, the Copycat CC beanie. And I did that with Monty Donegal tweed, and I absolutely love that hat. I love that hat. I wear it everywhere. One thing I do find, though, is that it is slightly too short for me. So it tends to kind of ride up a little bit. So if I wear it and I don't tug it down, it'll end up above my ears. And that frustrates me. So I wanted one that was, I was going to just add another repeat to the pattern, and then that way it would give me the extra length and it would stay down. And, you know, I was really happy with that idea. So I saw this colorway in my stash, and I knew going in it was a wool and cotton blend, and so it would not behave as the Donegal, which is wool and alpaca blend. I knew it wouldn't behave the same, but I cast on it anyway because I really did just love the colors. And fail. So because the first one I felt was a little small, which is actually incorrect thinking, because it just wasn't quite long enough. Probably another 3 rows would have done it. But I cast this one on, and I thought, it's looking a little big. Well, cotton doesn't have the memory that wool has. That's a wool blend. I'll be fine. It's really looking big. Nah, keep going. Put it on. Oh, it fits around. Okay, so it's fitting. You thought the other was too small. Keep going. I'm really thinking this is too big. It's pretty, but I'm really thinking it's too big. Psh, it's a hat. You've knit hundreds of hats. Keep going. Really? Knitters. Fellow yarn hoarders. When you get that feeling, stop. Because, again, gorgeous colors. I don't know how well you guys can see, but it's all shades of blues, and this is like kind of like a foresty green in here, and it goes into a lime green and blue, and there's like this row of burgundy. It's very pretty. Seriously. Too big. When that inner knitter tells you stop, something's not right. Stop! So, now I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I can't put it in timeout, because really, it told me there were problems. It said right on its label that I am a cotton and wool blend. It told me right up front. I have nobody to be mad at but myself. Send me compliments. Maybe my head will get bigger and then it'll fit. But until then, it's like, no. And I really, in my heart, believe, unless it is a very special thing for a very special person, if you don't love it, don't knit it. Really, if you don't love it, don't do it. So, that's all I have to say about that. That hat is mocking me. It's right there, mocking me. Let's see what else we've got on the books today. Knitter's Magic is doing the next Malabrigo Knit Along, which is going to be for the Washington Park shawl. I looked looked at the pattern and it is absolutely beautiful. Knitter's Magic did yarn for it in the showcase today. So if you are interested, you can go on to Facebook, go into your search bar and search for Knitter's Magic, and the shop should pop right up, and look at Laura's video from today, January 21st. The official cast on, I believe she said, is going to be tomorrow morning. She does have, she does host a house party app kind of virtual knit along, so you can pile on in there, and I believe up to 100 knitters can get in there and say hello, even though we haven't gotten near that number yet, but we're willing to. But please, absolutely, if you're interested, jump in, join us. I love to do a knit along. It's a way to really start a conversation with all of us knitters. I mean, with COVID, we're so isolated. There's a lot of knitters who are like me and provide care for somebody and just can't get out. So, you know, we want to, A, support our local yarn shops and small businesses, and B, knit with things we love, and C, knit things that we are going to love for years and years and years to come. So there is absolutely no way to lose. So again, facebook.com, and go on the search bar for Knitter's Magic, and you can find her podcast. The way she does it is when you see the yarn you want, you just text her at 540-550-4011, and she gets your text, and then you guys, she only ever charges actual shipping, so it doesn't matter if you're in New Zealand, you can get your Knitter's Magic kit. And she did say that for everybody who gets the kit through her, that they get the pattern included. So that is what I will be doing, and I'm really excited to do another knit along. Again, it's just a way for us to be together while we're apart. So, having said that, I did cast on something. I did it yesterday, and it was just kind of one of those, I want something comforting, and I want something that feels good in my hands, and I want something that looks pretty, and just needing something to do. And so I cast on with Purple Lamb. This is Squoosh DK from the Literary Collection. The yarn is 250 yards, which is 4 ounces of extra fine superwash merino, and these are the colorways: Jean Valjean. There's no way you guys are ever going to be able to see how gorgeous this is in person. Actually, this isn't showing too bad, but it does have a little bit more of a pink tint in person. But it is absolutely lovely, lovely yarn, and I have 4 skeins of it, and I was thinking it was just going to be a huge, huge, comfy, squishy shawl. But now that the Malabrigo Knit Along starts tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'm going to go ahead back and rip this out so that I can have only one main shawl pattern going while I knit, only have one shawl pattern going at a time. So this is how it knits up. And again, it is just absolutely beautiful. I apologize. I think I just hit the microphone with my needle. It is so pretty, and I adore it. But I'm not quite sure. I am not quite sure. So that is what I'm knitting. I'll probably continue to knit on it today and make this decision tonight whether I'm going to jump over and knit the Washington Park shawl for the Malabrigo Knit Along, or whether I'm going to keep up with this one and just put it on hiatus for a little while. But that leads me to my new favorite thing I found. I happened to go into Target and was honestly looking for nothing. I got a break to do a little bit of things on my own, and when that happens, I tend to go wild. I go and I get a cup of coffee out, like Starbucks, and I sit at the park, and sometimes I knit at the park, and then sometimes I do errands, things I need to do, like go to Walmart or Target or whatever. But I happen to go to Target, and found these boxes. There were only 2 of them left, and I am on the hunt for more. But they are little metal boxes. Hey, you see a little $5 sticker on them. But they're just little metal boxes. They fit 4 wound skeins of DK weight yarn. I imagine you can squish worsted into there as well. But here's the best part. They have a lid because my dog got my yarn out of my yarn bowl and had fun with it. So, that just, anyway, so these have a little lid on them that kind of, see, snaps on. See? And my yarn comes out of there, and I just knit away, and the dog can't get my yarn. So I am loving that. For $5 at Target, it was so worth it, and I would like to have a few others because... Hi, Callie. Oh, you're dirty. You've been digging. I would like to have a couple others, and because I said hello to Tucker here, or said hello to Callie, here comes Tucker. Hi, babies. Go play. But I would love to have a few more of them, and I definitely think they would be great for really any kind of craft storage, but for keeping a lid on your yarn project while you're working, that's awesome. So awesome. So, let's see. I'm still doing things for me. I'm journaling. I make sure to journal every day. I make sure to read either an article or a chapter of something every day. The thing I've been interested in reading lately is all of the presidential executive orders throughout history, and which presidents had the most, and why were they issued, and why certain presidents issued so many, and how they affect the American people. And so that's kind of been my interesting reading as of late. And other than that, I think that's it. I hope you guys are having a fabulous week. Again, maybe snow next week here, and I am not looking forward to it. But in the meantime, I will happily take this sunny day and suck every bit of joy out of it that I can grab. I hope you all have warm banana bread in your oven or cooling on your stove. I hope you have puppies and kitties to love. I hope you have yarn to snuggle, and I hope you have joy in your heart. I will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful day, and mwah.